Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Tim Leow. I'm the regional manager down here in Louisiana, and this is one of my best friends, Kevin Canada. He is the VP of sales for EPSG, and he made a trip down here to Louisiana to kind of plan the vision for 2019 and help me and our team down here grow this market. I'm super excited to be sitting down with him. He's got to run to the airport in like 10 minutes. But I'm super excited to sit down for just 10 minutes and just talk about some keys to success that can help you, whether you're a new salesperson or whether you're a partner that's been with us for 10 years. Some things that can help you in this ever emerging and ever changing payments landscape. So what's new, man?
Awesome.
What's new?
Hey, man. We're looking forward to doing this. We've had a great time here in Baton Rouge. I really enjoyed it. Weather's been nice. Got a little workout in this morning. So mainly got an opportunity to spend some time with you and some of our partners out here and just discussing really what the laser focus is going to be in the beginning of 2019 and carrying that through all the way to the end. So,
what's the focus?
Well, first and foremost, I think whenever you talk about new year, new me, right? I don't necessarily believe in that. I think it's a continuation of what you were doing the previous year and trying to build upon that. So, you take, what were my goals last year? Did I accomplish them? Yes or no? At this point, it may not matter as much because you're reestablishing that. So now it's putting the focus on, okay, here's what my baseline was. I know that I can do better, so let's improve 2019 based on what last year's results were. So what is the focus? I think everybody has their own idea of what financial freedom is. What financial freedom may be to you may be different from me and along with all of our other sales partners. So you've kind of expressed to me over the last couple of days what's important to you, and I think it's my vision and my goal to make sure that you achieve that, along with the other partners here as well. So that is the focus.
That's kind of like what I like about you, that, whatever my goal is, like, you kind of like help me tailor my, our workflow to hit that goal, because not everybody's goal is to, make an incredible amount of money and change the world and stuff.
That's right.
When I first started in this industry, my goal was literally just pay my car payment with my residual.
Yep.
And then once
Simple,
right? And once my car payment was paid, it led to more and more things. And then, that's how I became financially free the first time.
Sure. I mean, I think most people, Tim, kind of putting towards that is they don't understand how to set goals, right? And I'd say that's 90% of the people out there. And I think I even struggle with it sometimes because, well, for one, they need to be attainable, right? Is the goal of I want to own a private jet within 2019, is that realistic? No, the answer is no, right? The next thing is they need to challenge you to where if I had my goals in 2018 and I easily met those or exceeded them.
One deal a month.
That's right. So now you need to really challenge yourself to say, what am I capable of doing? And the last thing is accountability, right? How are you holding yourself accountable to that goal if you don't miss it 1 month? If you don't miss it 1 month, what am I doing next month to make sure that I don't make that same mistake again? So, yeah.
I think like sales partners, they get in this like habit of doing the same thing over and over and over again, and then the year kind of goes on. It's like, oh my God, it's summer.
It's too late by then, right? No, it's not.
Right. No, it's not. And my goal, for example, this year, my goal, one of my main goals, is to increase my residual income by about $10,000, right?
Okay.
So it's very attainable.
It's attainable.
I did it last year, right? We do it again. And I think like every single, like that, for example, that goal, it's broken down into quarterly, monthly, and weekly like segments. So I know, am I hitting my numbers to meet my goal?
I think that is a structure for somebody at your level, right? If you're sitting across from the table and you're just trying to start this industry out, we like to get a little bit more micro with our goals. Let's not think 5 years down the road and $10,000 in residuals. What I want you to do is focus on what are we going to do today, right? Do I need to go see my 30 doors? Do I need to set my 3 appointments? Do I need to pull my 5 statements? Do I need to learn certain things about the industry? Do I want to understand, some of our product offerings a little bit better? Because as we know now, merchants are interested in more than just, can you come and save me money, right? And complete a transaction. And so that might be a different goal for somebody who's new. And somebody in my position may be, we want to expand the sales force to all 50 states within 2019, right? And I think, we've got a good grasp over what the company goals are. So it's now my turn to come and extend that vision to you, and then we take that vision to your partner, so on and so forth.
That's a really good thing you brought out, because in my market, in the state of Louisiana, right, I'm training people to do this business, independent, and be able to run their own business, because they're entrepreneurs.
That's right.
And I always think, like, how can I put myself in my sales rep's shoes? When I first started, my goal was not 10,000 a month. It was 500 a month, but my micro goal was 30 business cards per day.
Yep.
So I would literally, in the morning, I would count out 30 business cards, put them in my pocket, and I wouldn't come home until those 30 cards were given out, and I exchanged, because out of those 30 cards, you might only talk to 4 or 5 business owners sometimes.
And that's the accountability part of it, right? How do I know whether or not I've completed what my goal was? Well, I got rid of all 30 cards today, and by doing that, all the other stuff will fall in line. If you go see 30 doors a day for 5 days a week at a minimum, you're gonna get those goals set. So, yeah.
You're gonna make a sale too.
You're gonna make a sale.
Like, I literally think it's impossible to go to 30 doors a day for a week and not at least have a lead that's very close to selling.
You have to be really horrible at cold calling.
Every blind squirrel eventually finds an acorn, right?
Yep.
So, but really and truly, if it's your first day here, or it's your 1,000th day here, even today, like right now when I leave here, I'm gonna go to a business owner, and all my goal is with business owners just to help them out. It's like we were talking about last night. Like, I don't care about being an incredible salesperson, this, that, whatever. I just want to be their friend and help them.
Yep.
That was my goal from day one in this industry, and it's still my goal today. Just to help business owners.
I truly believe, and I think somebody like you prove this every day, that as you establish yourself in the industry and you start to learn the right conversations to have and the questions to ask to start generating conversations, it makes it easier to take that 30 down to 15, because your closing ratio goes up and you're spending more quality time with certain people that how to then close the deal a little bit better, right? Absolutely. You spend your time doing other things rather than just cold calling. So,
well, when you do a good job, you absolutely will get referrals. But I think also, with EPSG, at least from a company standpoint, not to toot our own horn or anything. I'm not. All right, let's toot the horn. I have never in my life gotten so many referrals than when I started working with EPSG, because not to say we don't make problems. We make mistakes all the time. I made a mistake a couple of days ago, and we're still working through that and making that happen. But we fixed the problem.
that's right.
Right? So that's what merchants like to see. One of my partners put it this way: if you're a server at a restaurant, and have you gone to a restaurant where you absolutely love the server?
Absolutely.
Loved it. If that server pushes a wrong button and they mess up something in the kitchen, we're gonna make it right.
right.
The order might not have been what you want.
I'm not never coming back to the restaurant because of that, right? You start to be able to be a little, you being the merchant, I'm speaking from the merchant's perspective, you will accept a lot more with somebody you have a better relationship with.
Right.
Whereas if I go in and he just met me and on day one there's a mistake with that, my ability to get him back on board is a little bit more difficult. But if they came from a referral partner, they've got a track record and a history. So that's why in 2019 we're rolling out a lot of new technologies, as we've discussed at EPSG. One of those is going to be a really focused roadmap to success for your first 60 days in the business. And that comes along with your onboarding process and things like that. And one of those steps are going to be, you need to get one referral partner within your first 60 days. I think what we fail at sometimes is we don't focus on that early on. We wait until they get to a maturity spot, let's call it 6 months in, and now we start talking about referral partners. We're going to start doing that early and immediately and start understanding how to work with those, because I think what that'll do is that'll help you get to your goals a lot quicker, right? There's no reason to wait. Start finding a target market for these referral partners and let's go after them. We'll teach you the way to do it as well. So.
And here's a great example for those of you guys that want to get really good at referral partners. The way I see it is this: referral partners is the key, this is my personal opinion, the key to building a long-term, sustainable, scalable business. Because you can go out in your car and knock on every single door in your county and in your state, But when you have a referral partner, it makes that process of closing the deal so much easier. So here's my example. In Lafayette, a town that's about 45 minutes away from here, I have this one referral partner that referred like their 10 stores, right? He owns 10 stores, and we did a good job on one of them, and they referred all the other ones over the past 6 months. And then I didn't give him any compensation for that because he's basically the owner of the stores. When I told him about our referral partnership program, he told me, he's like, we have another 50 stores over in New York.
Mentality changes all of a sudden.
Mentality changes because he's making a small percentage.
Yep.
And so we're going to go up to Rochester, and then that 50 is part of a group of 300, right? So like we're going to go up to Rochester and, sign all those, potentially.
It's the only way to duplicate yourself without being without overseeing an entire region of the country, right? Because whenever you start running management and teams, and this, life gets a little bit different, a little bit more challenging at that point. Whereas if you've got a bunch of referral partners that are just trying to put away for their retirement or gain some extra money to put their kids through college, the motivation starts to change a little bit. And it becomes more of a casual conversation with them as opposed to somebody that we've got to take from the ground up and teach them the industry. That's exactly right. And so if you can have the balance of both of those as a sales partner where you're going out every single day and working, but you've also got 4 or 5 other people out there that are helping do your legwork with other folks that you may not have the reach and the network to get to, it balances out. Makes it easier. Your 10,000 becomes very attainable and achievable at that point.
Yeah, because if I can get 10 people that made $1,000, you know what I mean? I'll make a small percentage. So the last thing I wanted to ask you about this before I make you miss your flight and be stuck here another day is what do you think about all like the new like technologies and all the new like programs that are emerging? There's a lot of things, with the discount for cash and surcharging and stuff like that. Where do you think our industry is going in the next couple of years? And what is like our company doing to like stay up and stay abreast and ahead of the game, especially with that e-app, dude? I love that e-app. That e-app, listen, for those of you guys that the smart app is the smartest app on the market. I absolutely love it. I actually had a chance to go on the inside and see like the brains of the operation, and it truly is like incredible. The days of signing accounts on paper and driving 3 hours to go get a signature are gone. Thank God.
So to answer your question, I think what we've seen over the last, I'll even say decade, is a gradual climb of the merchant's intelligence whenever it comes to this industry. I think before it was very simple. What am I paying? What am I going to be paying with you? Give it to me cheaper, be done, right? Nowadays, you're dealing with the more intelligent merchant that's focused on the broader side of their business of, well, what else can I do more efficiently for cheaper, be more effective, get a bigger reach, get in front of the target market from a client standpoint faster, get through my line quicker. What products am I selling that people like to buy more? Where are my profit margins on certain products? And how do I know the analytics behind the revenue that I'm making? And how do I control my inventory better? And how do I control time clock management? All this stuff is all now within reach, not only at the merchant location level, but even on a mobile basis whenever they're not at the merchant location. So now time is money, right? And so I think that has added into a deeper conversation with the merchants where we as a company have to be ready for those questions, those conversations. It's my job and our team of executives to make sure whenever you walk into a merchant's location and you're speaking to them about new technology and things like that, and they say, can you do this? The answer has to be yes, right? If you say no to something, then we lost. And then the next guy that has that capability is going to walk in there, and it's an easy sale for them because you already set it up, right? And so I think the merchants know what they want. It's rare that we're walking in there talking about a new technology that they already haven't researched or know at least a little bit about. And I think when you talk about like cash discount, let's use that for example. It is a dirty word sometimes, right? or dirty phrase. So with that kind of moving towards a transition into surcharging, I believe that it will change a little bit from a revenue standpoint, but we'll still be able to pull big revenues out of those, and it'll still help the merchant alleviate a lot of the costs that they were paying on the back end of that. Now, even deeper than that, there's now 6 states in the United States that still don't allow it. So, from a legal standpoint, we'll wait and see what's going to happen over the next 12 months or so. But I do anticipate there'll be a good solution. So the word is getting out there. The technology behind social media is allowing information flow to go quicker. So I think people know more. And obviously something that you and I spoke about that we are getting better as a company and learning more about ourselves is that social media aspect where we can get our reach from just a localized market where we have feet on the street to now broaden that to the entire United States and get in front of some of these merchants that maybe don't have a liking to somebody walking in or don't have a capability of seeing somebody that walks in a business. Maybe they own 10 locations and they, their home is, in somewhere Colorado, not anywhere near those, but they're managing those businesses from afar using some of those technologies. Now we can get in front of them, right?
I think that whoever provides the best solution wins, right? And for me, at least, like this is a great example. It's like what you said, gone are the days where you can just walk into a business and say, that terminal, I'm going to switch my terminal in here and charge you 10 basis points less, and you're going to sign up. Now, I still do that, right? That would never go away in its entirety. But what I really focus on is providing a merchant a much better solution than what they had when I walked in, and giving them now, as at least what I consider an advanced player in my industry. I want to give them something where it makes them feel like I educated them and I brought to them a solution that they wouldn't have had before me. Here's a great example. I had a merchant, it's one of the largest Asian supermarkets in town here, and he was just processing on a standard old credit card terminal. He called me yesterday before we met for sushi there, and he said, Tim, I absolutely hate the fact that I don't know what my margins are on any of my items. I'm just selling items in my store here. And I need to know, my inventory, I don't know, whatever.
If you know what you make the most money on, you're going to try to sell more of it.
He's like, Tim, what's your solution? I'm like, brother, I have the perfect POS solution for you. And we set up an appointment to get the POS solution done. And it's a revenue point too. So it's like, there's no greater thing that you can do for a merchant than educate them why they should be with you.
That's right. And think about timing even deeper than that. Whenever we were also discussing when you go and talk to certain merchants, right? Based on the times that they're busy and the times that they're slow. So we use the example of restaurants. Don't go to a restaurant around lunchtime or at happy hour and dinner, right? You got to find where you can fall into the gaps of those. Whenever you're utilizing some of these new technologies to get the reach to the merchants and communicate with them through a digital world, there is no time, right? Because they're going to get home and it's going to pop up in an inbox, or it's going to be in their news feed on Instagram, or it's going to be on LinkedIn whenever they go to start searching around for new merchant services companies. They're going to pop up with information and education and how to grow your business bigger and how to make more revenue. That's what's really poking out, and that can be 24 hours a day, right? So.
And that's the one thing, as we wrap this up, that's the one thing that I'm super excited with our company to grow this year, is that me and you and our company, we can go as super, super, super complex and as crazy complex as we can get in the industry, but it all boils down to the one simplistic thing that if you started in this company on day one, the one simple fact of the matter is we will provide a solution for a merchant to accept payments better than what they had before with us.
And do it with integrity.
With integrity. For the long term, not for 18 months.
We're not in this to build short-term portfolios. We're here to hang out. So, well, that was awesome, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming by, man. I really appreciate you, and I know you're busy. Where are you going next?
I'll be going to Colorado next. So.
Wow. Yeah, you're flying all over New York, Colorado, but I appreciate you coming down here to Louisiana.
My pleasure. It's been fun.
Changing the game down here.
Enjoy it. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.